Faith in Action was created to help fill some gaps in services that are available for seniors in our community. There are lots of great programs out there for seniors, but a lot of times they can't qualify, or there are waiting lists and things like that. So we implemented this volunteer program to help seniors who are trying to stay independent in their own homes, but just need a helping hand now and then with things like transportation to medical appointments or getting groceries in the home. We are looking for volunteers of all ages and of all interests. The beautiful thing about volunteering for Faith in Action of the Greater Kanawha Valley is the variety of opportunities there are to volunteer. Whether you enjoy transporting people, driving people in your car to their medical appointments, making sure they get to the grocery store, that is a very big need for us, obviously. It's one of our top requested services. But we have a host of others. We have a reassurance call program. So if you enjoy talking on the phone, or if you're homebound yourself but just want to connect with other people, that's a great way to volunteer. That is actually our second largest requested service that we offer. We have friendly visits. We have a program where we connect you with a senior and you go and visit with them a couple of times a month and just check in on them and make sure that they're okay. These are mostly seniors who are quite isolated and have no family members close by. They may not know their neighbors as well as they used to. We have a honeydew crew program, which is an awesome way for men and youth to get engaged in our program. Sometimes we'll have widows or family couples who can no longer take care of the maintenance and repairs around their home like they used to. These are small projects that can be as simple as changing light bulbs for somebody who has severe arthritis in their hands and is not able to do that, to hanging shower curtains, to painting the living room, to doing some yard work. We partner with companies and churches and work groups who will go in and do some larger projects like building ramps and things of that nature. It is a three-step process to become a Faith in Action volunteer, and we do that for a couple of reasons. One reason is we can tell our care receivers that the people that we have sending out into their homes, we've met them, we've trained them, we have vetted them, and they can be safe and secure in knowing that we know who we're sending out to serve them. So the three-step process is, there's an application. It's a pretty thorough application. It's available on our website. There's a background screen that we ask each volunteer to participate in. It's $11.95 and it takes about 3 minutes to do. And then there is a training a mandatory training. Everybody has to attend one training. We try to host 2 of those trainings a month around the valley in different places so that schedules can be accommodated. And once you complete all 3 of those steps, then you are onboarded as a full-on volunteer and you can participate in any way you like. The beautiful thing about being a volunteer is the flexibility. You have access, once you're onboarded as a full-on volunteer, you have access to our schedule of requests, and you pick and choose your assignments based on your own desires and your own willingness to serve and availability and skill set and all of those things. Our training it's an hour-and-a-half training session, and the most important thing that I impart, I believe, at every training is that at the end of the day, no matter what service it is that you're providing as a Faith in Action volunteer, it's about the visit. It's that connection that you're making with another human being who has reached out for a little bit of help and a little bit of companionship. And so, whether you're painting a living room or whether you are driving someone to their dental appointment, we ask that you go in with a smile on your face and leave all your troubles behind and make sure that that person knows and believes that they are the most important thing in your world at that moment. We have, for example, our very first client that we ever signed up, on October 6, 2014, we served our first care receiver. She's a former Rosie the Riveter, full of spunk and feist, and she's just an awesome lady. And she had a quarterly appointment that she had to go to, and she was paying a cab $55 every quarter. Well, this woman lived on a fixed income, and that's a lot of money for somebody who's living on a fixed income. And so we started taking her to her appointments and saving her that money, and it was like Christmas for her. She just couldn't believe that the service existed, and that was a wonderful way to kick off things with somebody like that. A great honeydew story that I love to tell is I went to visit a lady one time for a little intake introductory visit, which I do with everybody who applies. And she had told me that she was going to bed every night at 6:30 because she only had one working light in her home. Well, it wasn't because the electricity was bad or the circuits were bad or the fixtures were bad. It was because she had arthritis so bad that she could not change the light bulbs herself. And they had been out, and I really don't know how long she had been in the dark for all that time. But that's a safety issue. So, I was able to run off the hill and get a couple bags of light bulbs and change her light bulbs, and you would have thought she'd won the $1 million lottery. I mean, it was such an easy thing. It just made her life infinitely better. And that's one thing I also like to tell our volunteers. I can promise you that when every single act of service that you do with Faith in Action, you will know that you had a positive impact on a person's life immediately. It's immediate gratification. It's an immediate reward. You just know. It's Jennifer at faithinactiongkv.com, and my phone number is 304-881-7253. And I encourage anybody to call with questions. I'm happy to speak to you.